Welcome back to another episode of the Educated and the Reckless podcast with your host, Apollo P. And
No Better Nina.
And it is
week 78 of quarantine.
And episode 70 of the Educated and the Reckless podcast.
Oh, shit. I didn't even take that in.
Yes, sir. We did this for 10 weeks.
Yay. 10 weeks straight in quarantine. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
What's that? That's 2 months and 2 weeks?
Yeah, that's a long time.
Yeah.
We're taking a break next week, though.
Yeah.
I'm burning out.
She's going through it. I'm out here staying strong, man.
I'm burning out.
It's all right. I mean, you gotta sometimes for people who are not listening, sometimes you gotta understand what your partner is going through and be there in a spiritual sense.
In a time of exhaustion.
Exactly. I know my partner is going through it. She's doing a lot. She got a lot on her plate, especially during the quarantine. And you say like, yo, you take a break. I'm like, all right, cool, bet. You know?
Yeah, appreciate that.
And the stuff I said I'm gonna do on the back end to make sure that it doesn't seem like we slacking. Man, we do this. We partners, man.
Appreciate it.
I fuck with Nina, man. So how you been, Nina?
I've been good. So, do you notice anything different about me? So,
for the people that haven't been paying to your IG, you got your nails done.
Yeah, it's been 3 months. So Vaughan opened up. Well, York Region opened up last week, Friday. So I finally got my nails done from my girl Angie. You guys, they're like nude with like neon side stripes, kind of. Okay. Yeah, I'm very happy. So that happened. So basically, when you go there, they're only taking in a certain amount of people, like per. Like each person working can only take in a certain amount of people per day. Mm-hmm. And they're trying to just limit like who's sitting where. When you go in, there's like a big plexiglass between you and the nail tech, and you just stick your hands like through a hole, and then she kind of just does them. That sounds kind of wrong.
A glory hole, but for nails.
Yeah, literally. So that was cool. I also ended up going to the drive-through Street Eats food truck festival at Yorkdale, which was on.
I didn't even know about that.
Yeah, it wasn't like I happened to come across it on BlogTO. It was on Friday and Saturday last weekend. So there was a few vendors there: Jerk Brothers, Eva's Original Chimneys, which was amazing. Beaver Tails, Tiny Tom's. Yeah.
Real Canadian classic. If Beaver Tails not at your event, that should automatically almost trash.
Yeah, Tiny Tom's, Melt Witch, and a bunch of others, but it was pretty good. Honestly, I really just went for the Eva's Original Chimney, and then after that, since we were there, we went to Chick-fil-A, and it was a much shorter line than the last time I went. It only took like 20 minutes.
Were you there in the afternoon or evening?
Got in line at about 4.
Yeah.
Or 5. Yeah.
Line downstairs or upstairs?
It was downstairs, but barely downstairs. Like,
okay.
Not for long. The last time I went, it was downstairs. Yeah. But yeah, I did that. And then I'm also trying so everyone's been raving about this girl, Chloe Ting. She's
with the fitness on YouTube?
Yes. Yeah. Asian girl from Australia. And she does like fitness programs. Yeah. And she does. What? No, she does like fitness programs, and a lot of people have been raving about it on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, everywhere. My sister's included. And I was very skeptical at trying it at first because like anyone who knows me or who's worked out with me like knows like my workouts are like pretty intense. So I didn't think that I didn't think it was gonna work on me. I'm on day 2 and my abs are definitely sore. It's like an hourglass challenge, this one. So it targets your abs and your butt. My butt, I don't really feel anything. But my abs are sore. So hopefully, and that's kind of my area of concern right now is my abs. So hopefully this actually works. And it's a 25-day program. So I'm on day 2. And I took a before progress video and I will take an after one.
So with the abs, you eating right too, as well as
Yeah, I kind of fell off like the last couple weeks, which really fucked me over because I looked at myself. This is my thing.
You went to a binge?
No, not necessarily a binge. It's just like I binge on the weekend, and that's the problem. And I binge with desserts. That's I'm like a really bad, like if you know me personally, like chocolate is like it's so bad. Even when we're at Vibe, I literally get a brownie every single day I'm at Vibe. I go downstairs and buy a fucking brownie. I come home and I eat like a waffle with crushed up Oreos, chocolate sauce, and Nutella on top for dessert. Like, I'm really bad with that. So I'm limiting myself on that. I'm eating healthier. I used to eat like kind of not that great of a meal for lunch. So now I'm making sure like breakfast and dinner were already good. Now I'm making sure lunch is good. But yeah, I always kind of catch myself like just before, like when I'm getting like a little bit chubby, and I notice it. Nobody else ever notices it. It's only me who ever catches it, and I'll notice it and I'm like, no, I can't fuck around anymore. So I always catch myself like as I'm just starting to get a little chubby, like a little extra love handles, and I'm like, this is not here before, so it's not staying. So yeah, I'm trying to just maintain that. It's really hard. Yesterday and today was really hard without chocolate, but
okay, all right. I mean, see, the thing is, I've been watching a lot of fucking gym shit on YouTube. There's this guy on YouTube. He goes by the name Greg Doucette, and he says he has like the cookbook that will save your life. He says that dieting, or quote unquote dieting, it shouldn't be something that you regret doing or something that you binge after doing. It should be something, finding all the foods that you like, that's still filling, like calorie dense food, low calorie dense food that's still gonna make you feel full, but not give you as much calories that you don't want, so you're able to still have, the body that you're able to maintain. So he has a cookbook. It's like $100 on ebook. Oh, what the fuck?
it's $100.
There's a spider. Hold on. There's a spider. Bitch ass.
Apollo kills the spider.
You try to play me like some hoe. pulling up right there on some dumb shit. So yeah, and so this book is like $100. The book is like $100, and if people on YouTube a lot of people did reviews and said like it really works, like it really maintains. You're able to get filling foods without having a high calorie count, and it's good, right?
Honestly, my other thing is I just hate cooking. Like, I want a chef. Actually, my boyfriend can cook, so like that's not really a problem. But like when
can you cook low calorie?
That's the problem, because he makes some really good fucking ribs, like really good. So like that's the problem. Like he hasn't made like healthy stuff. But like I want a chef, basically. I just want a chef. But yeah,
what Beach Boy guy for chef?
Oh, did he actually? Like,
he got 2 chefs. I don't know what he's doing, but he got 2 chefs.
The guy gets 1 feature with Vibes Cartel and gets 2 chefs. Must be nice. Beach Boy, send a chef. So what'd you do last week?
Vibes Cartel.
Yeah, like
he's going up. He's going up. So what I did, I'm just keep it real short. I got myself a little gig for like the weekend, like Friday, Saturday. It's supposed to be like a 3-day thing, like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but me and like the people were like, fuck that, we're not trying to walk, because we have to go downtown and just hand out stuff to like business. Okay. And so we're like, nah, we're not trying to be here for 3 days. Like it was 7 hours for 2 days that we extended our time just because we didn't want to be there on Sunday. My body was going through. My legs were hurting. My feet were hurting. I was walking like downtown all the way, Queen West, Arlington, Dundas West.
Oh, shit.
Or, you know what I mean? King Street. I was like, man, I'm done. So we did it. We completed everything in like 2 days. And then the Sunday I was bossed. But, I got like a cool little payday. But
yeah, it was something to keep you kind of busy.
Yeah, that was cool too. And still doing I'm still doing a 100-day burpee challenge and push-up challenge. Today, I made a record in terms of doing my burpees, push-ups, and like calisthenic stuff. I did it within 33 minutes.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, did it within 33 minutes today. And I was like, damn, my body, because my other boy hit me up yesterday because him and I were going back and forth with it. He said he did, because he's doing like 100 burpees and 175 push-ups and like 50 pull-ups, and he said he did that in 30 minutes. I'm like, all right, bet. And so I did my 100 burpees, 100 push-ups, and 100 jumping jacks, and I did that in 33. So I'm like, all right, bet. I'm not 100, I mean 50 jumping jacks, and I was like, I did that. That's looking nice.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
You had progress pictures from before?
To be honest, I took progress pictures. I think last month when I was doing the challenge, I took those for like throughout the month. But this month I got into it and I didn't even take any pictures. I just figured, all right, I got those joints, and so what I got coming up after this month, I'll take pictures right now.
Yeah, do that. Yeah, that would be good.
I know my body then, like my arms, my wind is up. I heard that it's a prison terminology. Get your wind up, meaning my cardiovascular health. My wind is up.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah. So and then I was going to talk about Father's Day, but I think that was one of those type of things. Every year they're always going to have something negative to say about fathers. So fuck it. You never know how that goes.
Yeah, and people saying Happy Mother's or Happy Father's Day and posting pictures of their moms and stuff.
Yeah. So
yeah.
I mean, I was going to address it, but like I feel like this it's a perpetual cycle. It's always going to happen.
Yeah, it's going to happen every single year.
Yeah. So let's get into some social topics. Yeah. So something unfortunate really happened in the GTA. Malton. Yeah. Malton. I keep on messing it up. It's inside the Mississauga area, but Malton. A 60-year-old, a man in his 60s had recently passed away due to police gun violence by the hands of Peel police. Because what his people called a wellness call or mental call or what was, I want to say you call it a wellness call?
I think a mental health
checkup or something?
Wellness check, something along those lines. Yeah. Because the man, a 62-year-old man, I think his name was Ijaz Chowdhury.
Yeah.
He was schizophrenic. And so they had called the police. Allegedly, now I'm saying that they didn't even call the police, they called paramedics, or they were told that paramedics were coming.
Yeah, what was like there's another term, non-police thing or something.
Yeah, like non-police emergency or something.
Yeah, something like that.
And so they called, and then there's a video where you can see, so they had warned them like he's going to react like badly, but he is schizophrenic and we just need you to like help him, basically. They gave him a heads up, and then the police in the video are seen on the balcony telling him to put something down, and then they fire a bunch of shots into the complex and he died.
Yeah, that shit crazy. So when I looked at the video and I read the story, right, I was like, all right, they were just concerned. So they called the people to help him, and the police showed up. But I realized that he was the only one inside the home. So how did they quite know about what he was going through?
I think you're actually able to call in for a wellness check for someone who doesn't live with you, like if you're a family member. So maybe they were talking to him on the phone, or maybe maybe a neighbor had called them or something and had known that something was happening. So at that point they knew they couldn't get to him in time. The police could, not thinking that it was going to result in his death, but just another thing I wanted to kind of address, and I spoke about this on hashtag, basically, like, when it comes to this whole defunding the police and giving them money to like mental health workers and crisis workers and things like that, like, I'm really here for that, because like there was a situation once where I actually had to call one of those like mental health hotlines for a friend of mine, and when I called it, basically the end all be all result is you have to call the police, and they tell you what the police are going to do in terms of like taking that person, putting them in a hospital, keeping them on a watch and all this stuff. And it's like, that's not what everybody needs. Like, not everybody needs that extensive, like, grab them right away and throw them on a 72-hour watch, like psychiatric watch or whatever it is. So like, even in this case, like, it was like they had called and asked specifically for like a mental health thing, and it was still like, no, we're sending the police. And yeah, it's pretty crazy to me. But
yeah, I mean, one day I'm going to try to really get into the depth of how what would the mental, like, say if a mental health, a paramedic, I don't know what word
crisis worker, let's say, mental crisis worker,
what would they look like in that situation? Are they body geared up as well? Well, you know what I mean? Like, because they said like they shot at him because he was holding a knife, right? Cops got scared on the trigger, which is rightfully so. If someone's coming lunging you or the knife and you're telling them to move around, I mean, they could have probably had a little bit more patience with him, like they had,
or shot him in the leg at least, or the foot.
That's what Joe Biden said.
Like, not shot him like 20, like however, not 20. I'm over exaggerating, but however many times. Like, I swear, all three of the officers shot. Like,
yeah, they
should have just one in the foot and disabled him.
I feel like they didn't have as much patience with the man in his 60s rather than the man, the international student or the Asian man during the protest like 2 weeks ago did when he was walking.
Oh, the big knife.
Yeah. They didn't have that much patience with it. You know what I mean? that's something you want to look at. Maybe because they're on inside and they're a little bit more scared, but it's a situation that needs to be solved. And I saw the protest that took place, and I saw some of the tomfoolery that was going on during the protest. With, I think the man is named Daddy Rambo. He was doing some, moving by the cop car. I was like, yeah, that's.
Oh yeah, I saw that. That's the guy with the.
Yeah, that's him.
Oh.
Yeah, that's some cool shit right there. I don't know what he's doing, but in slides too. Come on, bro.
It defeats the whole purpose of the protest. Like, you're just trying to make it about you at that point.
Yeah, it was just But that's unfortunate, young man. I hope gentleman. I hope that the family's going through it. Yeah. And I remember seeing reading a little bit of article on the National Post where they said within the past month, there's been 2 like wellness checks or mental illness checks done by police within Canada, and led to people being killed.
Yep, DeAndre Campbell was the one in Brampton. Same thing, schizophrenic, 22 or 23, I think.
And then
this
woman,
one. Oh yeah, that one.
The young woman in that region as well, but the young woman in New Brunswick as well, the indigenous woman.
Yeah, that one too. So that's really 4 if we count it.
Yeah, so it's unfortunate. There's a lot of unfortunate stuff going on. So, I mean, even in terms of like hostage situations, that's where they have someone that really speaks to it. The de-escalator guy. I mean, maybe put that guy more forward in terms of
exactly. Yeah.
And then there was tell me about this video. You saw the video?
So I saw this video. I don't know if you saw it. It's a resurfaced video from 2018 of Durham police in Ajax beating an elderly Black couple. I saw clips of it. I couldn't watch the whole thing, but they're beating the grandpa. I'm going to call them grandma and grandpa. They're beating the grandpa, and he was also suffering from some kind of mental health, but they were leaving the hospital, and apparently there was some sort of disagreement with a nurse or something, and so then police started beating the grandpa, and then the person who recorded this video, the police went to him and said delete it, but this person who recorded it had already met the grandchild of this grandparent couple and had sent it to that person. So it's been hidden until this time, and now that person has released this video. It's really fucked up. Luckily, the grandparents are still alive. They had not a couple scratches. They got like a blown up eye and like all this shit, but like they're still alive. But like these are old people.
Yeah, those are their body is not as vigor as like a young person getting it. Not to say that a young person. Not to say that But I saw the video that you sent, and I saw the tweets that were accompanying with those. Mm-hmm. And I think the sad part is that the family thought they would get justice by now, and and the fact that it's coming out now is more so, I guess, the best way for them to get justice, because a lot of people are more focused on how police move and operate right now, and so they're really under the critical eye of the the public scrutiny. Mm-hmm. So I guess this is the best time to come forward and post that video. I hope that justice is made right. And sometimes I don't want to be that type of person to come on here, because a lot of times people see videos of people being assaulted on the internet by blogs, and there's no real context. People just kind of make up their own little context clue based on their biases. But from that video, it looked like maybe it was unnecessary, because the woman was being held by a cop and the man was
like they're literally just old people. Like it's not a fun thing to watch.
Yeah, I mean, hey man, like I said, sometimes that's the person. So I mean, I don't want to sound scary on the mic, but sometimes when you're dealing with a cop, you got to understand that cop got the weapon. You know what I mean? You don't got nothing. Whatever. Like, not to say, not to try to be that weak guy, but like, hey, if they saying something, bro, just follow along on some like, all right. But hold on. Follow along, like, value your life at that moment and fight for your justice after. You know what I mean? I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to say, hey, just every time you get harassed by police, you do a whole bunch of extra stuff. It's like, all right, bro, all right, I'm gonna just handle this, but I'll make sure that all the injustices or all the mistreatment that you've done will be addressed. Because I can't say, hey, bro, I'm not going to do this, that, and third. They got power over me, and they're not above the law. They are the law. So when they do something, it will be seen as righteous within the law to whatever they do to me, because they're seen as they're holding, and whatever they do was justified because they did it. You know what I mean?
I hear what you're saying, but then it's like, what about the people who did comply with the officers and still died too, right? Like, it's a tough thing. Like, even when we look at the George Floyd thing, like, he wasn't resisting, like, he didn't do nothing wrong, and he still died. Like, so it's hard, because it's like, how can you guarantee your entire life you're going to avoid all interaction with cops? You can't. Like, they literally might just pull you over because you're black, or because you're brown, or Asian, or whatever it is, right? So that's also the other thing that you got to take into account as well, which makes it that much harder.
I mean, that's fair. It's fair. It's fair to say that. It's fair.
Yeah. But yeah, anyways, on to some lighter stuff. So
we'll talk about, you'll bring it up.
Oh.
You know what the funny thing is? I actually brought up a little bit of this last time, because I said she has ceased all sales and stuff like that. She addressed it.
Yeah, I wasn't sure, because we were kind of on a weird cusp at that time, like when we dropped the podcast and then when that happened. Like...
Yo, man, I'm starting to like the way that we dropped the podcast, but like a whole bunch of new shit be popping up on Wednesdays. Like, fuck,
literally.
And we record this mad late too, so it's like we don't see nothing until the next morning.
Yeah,
it pisses me off.
Yeah, I hear you on that. So pop culture entertainment news. Simone has spoken out about the plagiarism accusations. She spoke out. So last week we mentioned about the whole book and everyone calling her out. And basically she explained that she kind of just blame shifted. Like, she's like, I hired a team to write this. I didn't know that. So if this is your book and it's supposed to be your idea and you're hiring a team to write this, are you not going back and fact checking or making sure that things aren't, it just didn't make sense to me.
Yeah. See, I don't know how you're supposed to write a book, from what I remember, not to say what I remember, from what little snippets I know from people who wrote books. They have someone that, I forget what, they have someone that talks to them, and then through talking through them, they're able to like flow out their memories.
Like a publisher?
Yeah, like something like that. I don't want to call them a publisher, but it's like a person that helps you write the book.
Okay.
Not the editor, but someone that's helped you, that speaks to you, that talks to you, and then is able to flow out your thoughts in a very, I guess, in a flow.
Yeah.
In terms of like, you know, able to go ... And I guess more so biography or autobiography type of books. That type of stuff. But usually, even if you have other people in hands in the pots in terms of doing the book, you're writing the book. They're just helping you. They're helping you guide where the book is going. For her to say that she had an idea to make a book, and then she hired a third party to create the book, what kind of dumb shit is that? Let's be honest.
Ridiculous. I was like, what the fuck? Like, why did you even, like, this isn't even you then? And now I feel like she's gonna use that as an excuse and be like, well, it's not really my book.
Yo. Yo, I saw another video that went viral after she made that apology or statement. Yeah. The video was her in her car saying, I delayed the book. I just got to make sure it was right. And everything I put my name on, I make sure it's right. So I'm delaying the book, and I'll make sure that when it comes out, everything is right. So for her to have that video and then her to make that statement, what is it? What is it, sis?
Yeah. So that happened. J. Cole dropped an alleged diss track responding to alleged subtweets from noname. I'm gonna keep it.
It was all smoke for her.
Yeah. I'll be honest with you. I have no idea who noname is. until okay. Whew, I thought it was gonna be one of those things where come on, Nina. So okay.
Like I see her on my timeline sometimes just talking reckless about shit, and I'm like, what does she do?
Yeah. So he dropped this track called Snow on the Bluffs, or something along those lines, and everyone was like, what the fuck, he's dissing Noname, like she didn't even do nothing. She was basically just tweeting about everything that's going on in the world and how celebrities need to do more and all this other stuff. And so J. Cole dropped this track. Did you hear the track?
I'm gonna be honest. I've stopped listening to J. Cole since the year 2014, but I've read the lyrics.
Okay, you've read the lyrics.
Yeah. No, listen to that, man.
Don't hate on my guy. So, what do you think? Is it a diss track or is it a reach?
So when I read the lyrics, it sounded like dude was like saying, "I one of this girl is talking. She sounds mad aggressive." Blah. Not his words exactly, just paraphrasing. Yeah. And it sounded like he said how she tweets rubs him the wrong way. And to be honest, I can see that. She does sound like she gets in her own way in terms of trying to have the message, right?
Yeah.
She's doing a lot of extra stuff and she's coming at people very aggressively, making everyone seem like, the victim. And she's like, I can see that. I feel like it was towards her. And it was kind of a check. You got to be held accountable sometimes when someone try to criticize you on the way that you're trying to spread your message. You got to be open ears to that. And a lot of young people these days, myself included at times, don't want to hear criticism. It's like, fuck you, bro. You don't get with the program and get rolled over. And then that's how it came across. No, that's what it looks like how she perceived it. Mm-hmm. But she does have the way that she does make whatever she talks about very unattractive. It's like, I really want to do it because I don't want to deal with this type of person. But
I hear what you're saying. Is that similar? Would you say that's a similar manner to Amanda Seales? Like how when she talks about things, it becomes kind of extra?
Yeah. I think they're in the same category. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they would like each other. Yeah.
Yeah. So I listened to the track and read the lyrics. I do definitely think it was a diss track towards Noname. Yeah, he specifically talks about tweeting and subtweets, and things like that. So I definitely think it was a diss track. He didn't deny whether it was or wasn't. He just said, like, when he spoke about it the next morning after everyone was freaking out, he was just like, I said what I said. You can interpret it however you want. I respect this woman and blah, blah, blah. But like, just because you respect them doesn't mean you have to. He even said like, we agree, we have different opinions on things. Chance the Rapper came out and shared his thoughts on it, basically angry with J. Cole, saying what he did was very patriarchal and gaslighting. It was like a form of patriarchy and gaslighting. I think this is just music.
Yeah. I mean, and also let's talk about friends not checking friends, right? Mm-hmm. Let's talk about friends being biased, right? Mm-hmm. If those are your two friends, right, you don't pick a side. You stay objective, my man.
That's true.
You listen to what J. Cole says, and then you through that point of view, you look at how your friend Noname projects her message and how it comes across. If you can't do that, then you honestly sound biased, and you sound like you're pandering to one side. Not only to your friend.
That is your fucking word of the podcast, pandering.
We going there. Not only are you pandering just to your friend Noname, but you are pandering to Black women. Yes, Black women right now. It seems like a lot of these, not to say beta males or anything like that, but men that don't seem to want to stand on their own too, tend to, bend and really put themselves in a position to where they not really respectable at times. Because what makes a man is not even just a man, but like a strong person is someone that's able to stand on their own too, and not necessarily fall within tribalism, and still be objective and hold and have morals. Because morals is something easy to do when times are easy, but morals really get tested when times are hard, and especially in a situation like this when you have to be in the middle. And you got to look at what your friend J. Cole said and how Noname comes across. You got to really uphold your morals. And if you can't do that, then it's like, I don't want to be friends with you, bro. And how Chance the Rapper came off, it was like, bro, like, that just seems, what you said was so unnecessary. Like, it doesn't even, like, he wasn't gaslighting.
Yeah, it was a reach what Chance the Rapper said. And I think this is one of those cases where, yeah, like you said, he should be able to stay neutral, because this isn't a right or wrong thing. It's literally an opinion based thing. So he, like, if it would be different if it was like a right or wrong thing, like, I don't know, it was one friend murdered somebody and then you're like, oh, like, you can't stay neutral in that. But like, this is like an opinion thing. So I don't think, I think him even saying anything was stupid. And he was all like, well, because someone was like, you should be checking J. Cole in private, and he's like, oh, you mean like how he checked noname in private? And it's like, okay, but were J. Cole and noname even friends? Like, I don't even know who this noname is, but she dropped a response track.
I didn't listen to that shit either.
I listened to it. It was, yeah, she apologized for it, saying she basically let her ego or whatever get the best of her, and she thought that by doing this response track she could get out more about what was happening. But to be honest, I will say I listened to it. It was only like a minute and 30 seconds, and I do feel like she actually was able to get out about everything that's happening in the world in that minute and 30 seconds, which was pretty impressive considering J. Cole just spoke a whole lot of nothing, basically about like, why are you dissing me? We don't all understand and we don't all see things the way you do and blah, blah, blah. But she was like literally speaking like, well, this happened to this girl and this happened to this girl and blah, blah, blah. And like, yeah, so it was effective in my opinion.
You know what? Two people could be right at the same time, but also two people could be right and their paths never meet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was kind of like, he could be right the way that she's coming across, and she could be right about the fact that this is why we're mad. But it's like, it's not, you guys never seen eye to eye at the end of the day with her response message. If what you're saying, I never listened to it. I don't think I will.
Yeah.
She apologized for it, so she don't even stand on what she said. So fuck that. Like, yeah, whatever. I mean, hopefully one day they're able to have a conversation and, you know, hash it out. It's never that serious.
Yeah. But in other news, so Trey Songz, kind of, Trey Songz exposed a man who was scamming women on the internet, saying that they would be able to meet Chris Brown and Trey Songz if they sent him this money and they paid for their own flight and their own makeup and blah blah blah. Yeah, all this crazy shit. Trey Songz exposed him, put his whole ID on his Instagram and everything, and was like, yeah, he's coming at him with a lawsuit. And he also spent the week using his platform to expose a fuck ton of racists. A
lot of people have been doing. We're gonna get into the other person too.
Yeah, so he did that. He exposed a lot of people, a lot of like where they worked and their Facebook pages and all that kind of shit. He ended up
doxing.
I didn't understand what that word was, but he ended up accidentally posting someone who was not, like, he ended up posting the wrong person, and then that person was getting so much hate they put their account on private, and in their bio it said tell Trey Songz it wasn't me. So he ended up actually having to post an apology so people would stop harassing this person, which makes it kind of tricky when people use their platform for this, which brings us to the next person.
Yeah, so Skai Jackson as well. So you know what? How do I want to say this? So I spent this some time just, you know, following up on a lot of like people speaking on like Skai Jackson, because a lot of people really had a lot of things to say about Skai Jackson. She, you know, used to be on Disney. I don't really mess with her like that. I remember my friend rapper, he said like, yo, Skai Jackson gave me a co-sign with my music. I was like, who the fuck is that? She's like, yo, this is like, she's popular on Twitter. I'm like, who the fuck is that? But I digress. But so the whole thing, what made it go viral or go left for her is the same thing that went left in the same hands of Trey Songz. What went left in a lot of the people who create accounts to expose racists or rapists and stuff like that. You're going to get it wrong, right? If you're only believing the information people send to you, and you yourself are not doing any fact check because you want to inherently believe the victim, you're going to get it wrong, right? And so this is exactly what happened in the Skai Jackson case. Not to say got it wrong, but she leaked out information, personal, private information. She didn't do any context clues, or not context clues. She didn't do any investigative skills. She didn't say anything. She would just allow people to send her stuff, and she just put it out there on the internet. Phone numbers, address, where they work, what school they went to. That's doxing. That's what they call it, as doxing. That could be really harmful, because you know what could happen? You know, ever heard of swatting? You know,
No.
when people call the SWAT on like a particular address and then they pull up and the SWAT just comes in and stuff like that. Yes, that thing could go left. Because if you don't know, if some people panic under pressure and SWAT, when SWAT's coming to your house, they're not coming to play.
Yeah.
They're coming because they think there's a real threat. And so when things go left, a SWAT could take someone's life. Right? And also people do like pizza bombing where you might order like 15 pizzas and that goes to your house and stuff like that. A whole bunch of dumb shit.
I did that to someone once.
You know what I mean?
People across my street actually. But I was like 14.
Yeah, so I'm saying and there's a lot of 14-year-olds that are on the internet.
I was trying to entertain my little cousin.
Yeah. See, the dumb shit.
And we recorded it on Vine. Okay, continue.
So in the case of Skai Jackson, that's what she did. It was like some young boy. So apparently he there's some like a meme that he did, guacamole N-word penis or something like that. And people would just say people that sent her the information were saying like these young white boys or this one white boy was using the N-word a lot of times. He was 12 years old technically at the time. So, I mean, is he going to be bred to be a Ku Klux Klan member by the time he's 18? I'm not quite sure. But he was in middle school. He's a minor. And the fact that you exposed his address, this is a minor, and what school he was going to, and that he's going to be an upcoming freshman to another school, and plaster his face all over the internet to where his parents caught wind of it and took to the internet and apologized on behalf, and allegedly, you know, they lost their job, which I don't necessarily believe why you would lose your job because stupidity of your child, but the fact that you brought this man so much grief and his information out there shows that it's very damning even to do something like that. It's kind of like a catch-22. You want to take the self-serving right, not the self-serving. You want to be righteous and things like that, but you're doing it at an illegal expense. You're not supposed, like, it's illegal to dox someone, to put someone's personal address, put personal information on the internet. But the fact that you're doing it under the grounds of racism or rape and stuff like that, because you're doing it under you feel like it's just, and probably a lot of people will feel like it's just as well. They will negate the fact that what you're doing is illegal, you know?
Yeah.
And that type of shit isn't good. And so when you do something like that, you got to make sure you are right 100% of the time.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't want to take the extra step to go like, hey, wait, are you sure? Let me do my background check before I necessarily put this person out there to public to be, you know, in the court of public opinion, to be accused. You know what I mean? That type of shit is not cool.
And
like,
especially when it's at a time where like tensions or emotions are really high. So people are like, they see, okay, this person's a racist. Someone told me this person's a racist. Bet I'm posting it. Like, fuck all the racists right now. So I think that definitely plays a part in it as well, for sure.
Yeah, it's not cool. Like, I understand you want to take racists out of here, but you're going to get it wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're going to get it wrong. Like, I don't care. Like, if you're getting 100 submissions, there's going to be at least one wrong that you're going to post, and it's going to be all bad.
And like, it's like, yeah, like you're definitely going to get it wrong. I feel like if anything, like people should be sharing their own personal experiences, because then it's like, that's, you experienced it. So you can actually share that because you know it's true.
Yeah.
But moving on, Meek Mill has suggested that Black police officers should make up half of the police force in Black neighborhoods. Now, last week we spoke because I was kind of asking in terms of, or it wasn't last week, it was the week before, I think. I was basically asking you like why Black cops would do things like this to their own people, referring to the couple. They're referring to the couple in Atlanta that got pulled from the car. So now that Meek is suggesting this, do you think this would actually make a difference?
Probably, but I doubt. So we could talk hypothetical. Maybe it possibly could make a huge difference, but I think in reality, there's too much of a stigma placed on the police to be a police. It's even there's jokes like fuck 12, like I'm never going to be 12. Like, I mean, my clock doesn't even strike 12. It's like it's 11:59 and 1.
Yeah, you know what I mean? On my 12th birthday, I turned, or on my 11th birthday, I turned 13 because I don't fuck with 12.
Exactly, right? So there's way too much of a stigma against being a police officer for even black people that want to take that mantle anyways. Because even if you, once you become a police officer, then you are inherently looked at as an op now. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the system is so fucked up that people don't even want to be a police officer. I mean, people want to see it, but like let's be honest here. Like,
yeah,
we fucked it up for ourselves.
Yeah. I don't know if it would necessarily help, because I still feel like at the end of the day, when you're going back to your precinct or whatever it is and you're reporting whatever to the white cops, you're still going to want to feel like you had to impress them with something you did today. So I feel like I don't know if it would really necessarily help. Yeah. Hurricane Chris, a baby, was arrested.
Hey, baby. Hey, oh my, you don't understand. When I was in, was it 8th grade or 9th grade? Man, me and my friends during the summertime or something, like, we'd be out there just say, when you see like a fine girl walk, like, hey, baby. Hey, baby.
I could see you doing that. So he was arrested in Louisiana for 2nd-degree murder and then released on bail. He claimed he was at a gas station and he claimed that some guy was trying to steal his car, which didn't actually happen. The surveillance camera revealed there was nothing like that happening. He just fucked around and killed the guy.
Hurricane Chris. I don't want to laugh. Hurricane Chris got scared on the trigger. That's what happened. You might be doing something like, all right, and then and things went left.
That could be it.
Sometimes people get scared on the trigger, and it happens a lot. Having a gun makes people have, it's like alcohol, like, liquid courage is like having a gun is just like, the equalizer or the act right. Once you have it, you feel like you can make anyone act right, and then things go left and you took a life, and now you're like, damn, what I do. And in this situation, man, it's unfortunate. I mean, he said he acted in self-defense, which is, surveillance says nope. And so he's trying to fend off the car. The car said it's stolen from Texas. It's like, oh.
Yeah. So
it's kind of hard. This is a hard case to beat, man.
Yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen, but honestly, he was a one-hit wonder. So.
Yeah, I mean, he has 2 hits. He had the Halle Berry. That joint went. That one.
I don't remember that one.
Oh shit! All right, man. Man, he's out on bail though, so he's trying to.
Yeah. Your story is the next one.
All right, so we had Swiss Beats. You saw the little video of Swiss Beats and Busta Rhymes?
First of all, it wasn't little, it was long. It was like 10 one-minute video clips that I watched. And I was like, what the fuck? Because like, I follow TV Gucci because from when I interviewed him, right?
Yeah.
So
that's your man. He went on the block for your boy.
Listen, TV Gucci I'm joking. Let me not talk no more. But basically, I saw his story and I saw this whole like, fuck your apology, whatever, blah blah blah. And I was like, what the fuck happened? And then later on that night was when I saw the clips of his conversation with Busta Rhymes.
Yeah. So you think that was personal? Because Swiss Beats was calling Drake pussy like multiple times.
Yeah, he was calling
pussy boy.
Yeah, like just randomly though, like super random, super like caught everyone off guard. I think I think 2 things. I think 1, I think he was drunk. 2, I think it was a personal thing that hasn't surfaced necessarily on a public level. Yeah. So I feel like it was his drunk words or sober thoughts kind of thing. And he was just voicing some shit. Someone was saying Alicia must have reminded him that she could have married Drake. But
fuck.
So yeah, I think he was drunk though for sure. And I think I don't know what I want to know the details. I should message TV Gucci and ask.
TV Gucci probably might not even know the reason, to be honest.
I don't know if he
knows.
But
like whatever it is, it is. Yo, because I looked at the videos like, why? Maybe it might be a girl thing, Maybe they're both light skinned. It might be over a girl. It really might be over a girl, and it's like, damn. And so when I saw Chubbs respond. I was like, damn, Chubbs a fixer. He's gonna fix this. Mm-hmm. And then I seen TV Gucci respond. I'm like, TV Gucci got his back, man.
That's the joke I was trying to make earlier.
Yeah. But yo, hold on. Side note. Allegedly, when Drake got smacked by Diddy, they're saying Chubbs was right there
and didn't do nothing.
It didn't do nothing. And I was like, no.
Well, maybe he was on like probation or parole or something. So couldn't.
It's happened in America. You're telling me no? I was like, come on, Chubbs. Either Diddy's that gangster where Chubbs was like, all right, bet you got that one. You got that one, Diddy. You got that Puff Daddy, or I want to talk about Chubbs gangster, but like, yo, that
all
is that,
we
is
know.
That true?
I don't know, but all we
that's
know
not true.
Is if somebody has Drake's back, it's TV Gucci.
TV Gucci, man.
That's all we know.
Yeah, but like, I really want that. I really want to know.
I want to know too.
I hope Trouble was in there. Oh, you want to know what happened?
Yeah, I want to know what happened. I don't really care about that one anymore. I want to know what happened.
Yeah, so maybe I don't know. Maybe you could say like maybe Drake piped out Alicia Keys, or maybe he hollered at her, or maybe he had told her some sweet nothings about you don't got to be a side chick no more.
Maybe because they have a long history though. Like that song Fireworks from like what 2010, 11, 12.
Was that like a decade year?
Thank Me Later. Yeah, that was the first track they made together. So like.
It seems like all the people that Drake were 10 years ago, they started falling out. Like Kanye don't fuck with him. He don't fuck with Kanye. Swiss Beats don't fuck with him. Drake probably don't fuck with Swiss Beats no more. Who else?
But Drake also
Jay-Z don't fuck with Drake.
But Drake also rebuilt a lot of bridges too that we didn't think was gonna happen, like Meek and Chris Brown and Tory.
Yeah, but those are all like within the decade.
I'm happy with those ones. I'm very happy with those ones.
I mean, apparently what 6ix9ine was saying that everyone apologizes to Drake, so you know how that goes.
Maybe Drake just because Drake's a Scorpio. We're water signs, so he's emotional. I'm a Scorpio too, so maybe he just like one day decides to. I mean, don't get it twisted. I never go backwards, but like maybe he just gets emotional and is like, I'm gonna reach out and make up to them, or it could be the other way around because people know at the end of the day Drake is the man.
Yeah, that's what it is. You want to get into this really hood rat shit? NBA YoungBoy.
We can touch on it quickly.
All right, I'll make it quick. So NBA YoungBoy, his shit got ran into by some young guys in Houston. Jay Prince, the man that's all about respect. I'm not quite sure what he did in the streets.
Jay Prince is like the godfather of the rap game. He came through with the whole Drake and Pusha thing too, and now it's like this.
I'm not quite sure what Jay Prince has done in the streets. Like a lot of people haven't really spoke on his resume, but he's like revered heavily within hip hop in the streets for some reason. Whenever I know, I'll try to bring that to the forefront. Mm-hmm. If I ever know, he probably will take my life anyways. But for some other reason, he's like highly respected and he's highly looked up at, especially in Houston. But some young guys ran into YoungBoy's crib. And then Jay Prince went on Instagram on some like real clout chaser sucker shit, and started holding up items that the young man that stole from YoungBoy.
And is that the guy in the video? The guy who stole from him? Is that the guy who's sitting with him? Oh, okay.
No, that's some boxer dude. Okay. And then YoungBoy got wind of the video and he's kind of upset, which he rightfully so. It's like, yo, if you want to do something, you have my line to talk to me, and bring me back. You don't have to go on some like real sucker shit to do what you did. And then today Jay Prince responded back on him, dummy boy, talking about he knows his people, and it really just sounds like this man's in his 50s, right? He's beefing with a man that he's like 20. YoungBoy's like 20 or something. You know what I mean? Like he got like 20 something years on this kid. The fuck are you doing, Jay Prince?
Yeah, no, for sure, definitely. I think, it was stupid for Jay Prince to do that. He definitely should have reached out to him privately.
You know what I mean? It's some weird shit, man.
Yeah, for sure. So Justin Bieber, there were some allegations made on Twitter.
Make it be a white man that really shut shit down. I hate to see it.
So someone by the name of just Danielle took to Twitter and said that back in 2014, basically Justin Bieber did a show at South by Southwest, and she was invited backstage to meet Bieber after. Then he invited her to the hotel, the Four Seasons, and she consented to kissing him, but then he raped her. He came through with the receipts. He said after speaking to his wife, Haley, he decided it was right to address it.
Hold on. Before you go any further, you think they discussed it on the boat at Poochling Lake?
Yeah, they must have. That's like their sanctuary. I want to go. Let's go to Poochling Lake and find them. We could find them. We know what his house looks like. Actually, I know how we could find them, but I can't tell you on the podcast.
All right.
Yeah. So basically, so he responded. He had a whole bunch of receipts. He's like, I didn't even stay at the Four Seasons that year. Mm-hmm. He even showed his whole receipt of the hotel he did stay at, and his alias name, or his alias name, sorry, was on it, which is Mike Lowry, and he tweeted in the thread.
What's an alias name versus alias name?
Is it the same thing or a different thing? I don't know. Maybe I meant alias. I think I meant alias.
I was like, what the fuck is an alias name?
You're rubbing off on me. I definitely meant alias. This is your fault. You always fuck up words. Now I'm fucking up words.
I never fucked a word that bad, though.
Yeah. So, well, no, yes, you have. But anyways, so basically what is it now? Alias. His alias name is Mike Lowry, and he said he's not going to be using that name anymore. If only we had known all these years. But yeah, he showed all the receipts, and he was dating Selena Gomez at the time, and there's pictures of them right after the concert together and all this shit. He's like, I was never even there. He's like, I'm taking legal action, and I'm taking action with Twitter as well. Yeah, super crazy, but I'm glad he didn't do it.
Yeah. So I hate the fact that a white man did it, though. The fact that the white man was able to, you know what? A very racial tone I have right now. Let me just chill. Bro, why am I doing this? There's no need for me to do that. Where's this energy coming from, man? But I'm glad that a Canadian did it. Let me just go there. I'm glad that a Canadian was able to put the foot down and go like, you know what? Here's the receipts to let you know that you are, I am unequivocally cleared of any malice things that this person is accusing me of, and brought the receipts and was like, you know what? Since I cleared my name publicly and I've beaten, the court of public opinion, I will now take you to court and ruin your life, as he should. He should. He should. This should be the first case that set the precedent moving forward in terms of people
for false accusations.
Exactly, and I hope Justin do it. A Canadian.
I just wonder the way you said it. I just wonder, like, how hard it was to gather those receipts from 6 years ago, because that's a long time.
I think when you do business, you have to keep things back from like 7 years, just in case the IRS or the Canadian Revenue Service wants to pull up on you.
Maybe.
So you want to keep a backlog of just a lot of files and stuff like that. So I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah. Anyways, you want to jump into quick bite news, or you want to skip over this?
No, we got about 8 minutes, and fuck. I mean, the social ones is hitting, but like we don't got 8 minutes with them.
Yeah.
Fuck, man.
I don't know what you want to do. Should we save? I don't know.
I mean, we could do quick bite news. We got 8 minutes. You could just jump into it. I mean,
okay.
The
social issue is going to take a lot. It's a lot more to get into.
Yeah.
And we can talk about it next week too, because I'm sure there's going to be more added to it.
Yeah. There's going to be more.
All right. Yeah, go.
This really quick. Megan Thee Stallion knockoff. She goes by the name Erica Banks, under the same label that Megan.
Her ex-manager. Yeah.
So they're trying to push her, and people are saying that she sounds just like Megan. Some people say no, she just sounds like a girl from Texas. But,
People from Texas are saying she sounds like a girl from Texas. The rest of us are saying she sounds like Megan. I think she sounds like Megan. There was also something I came across earlier today. A guy from Brooklyn who sounds exactly like Jay-Z. Exactly. Like it's Jay-Z in this young guy's voice. It's fucked. I'm going to send it to you later.
It's the Morrissey pot.
Literally sounds identical.
So you think she has a chance? Designer had a chance one time, so.
I think she has a chance, yeah. But I think that, I mean, that's true. Designer had a chance, but I don't know. Like it at the end of the day, it all really depends on your like promo ability and like how wide of a reach you're getting, right?
Yeah.
I'm trying to find this Jay-Z clip because I had it right here and I wanted to play. Yeah, here, I'm going to play it in my mic. To the less fortunate, to those in the ghettos, the
is for you. Now the only reason I hustle is for you to avoid a struggle, so you don't have to walk these attic streets and drug puddles. Waters that we survive by with exchange knuckles.
That's not Jay-Z.
That's not Jay?
No.
Yeah, the way he's even talking, he got the Jay-Z the instrumentals.
It's fucked. Like, it's actually
subject
creepy.
matter. Come on, man.
I don't even know what his I don't know what his actual name is, but that's yeah.
Like Jay, man.
Yeah, this is crazier to me than the Megan one.
Yeah, all right. So I can understand that not going that far. But,
yeah,
you know, this Erica Banks, she got a chance. You just have to, you know, use this fame or use this moment right now to kind of hit something that's going to really like convince us that she's more than just what people think she is, which is a Megan Thee Stallion knockoff. Mm-hmm. And we got our guy Ja Rule, who just seems he can't get it right ever since, you know. I don't know what happened.
Ever since, we don't know.
I don't know, but yeah, he's apparently, so one video, he went viral twice, or maybe close to viral twice in 1 week, which is crazy. Mm-hmm. So one video, it looked like he was performing at a house party.
Yeah.
You know, had the white women dancing.
Yeah, it was definitely a house party.
It's in the pandemic, and it was like, come on, Ja, you serious? And then another video of him doing this really cheesy, trashy, low quality budget commercial for a shawarma spot,
which actually was revealed to be as promo for a TV show.
I didn't see that update. Thank you for updating me on
You're
that.
welcome.
So the first video was crazier than the second one because the house party joint sound a little crazy. So,
yeah, allegedly. That one was crazy. Yeah,
but like, all right. I mean, hey, it looks like you got a bag. You know what? He's able to take an L and a W at the same time.
I guess so. Kim Kardashian has signed an exclusive deal with Spotify for a criminal justice podcast, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm interested.
Educating the people. That's so Raven Simone got married to a white woman. Obviously, if you lived under a rock, she's gay. She's been gay. She said she's been gay basically for a long ass time. She had to hide it during her Disney days.
Yeah. I mean, could I say I didn't see it during the Disney days, but like as time went on, and you know, I learned about it a long time ago. She was like, yeah, she just whatever. But to a white woman during this time right now, Raven, you gotta be out your fucking mind.
She got married to Karen.
Yeah, you could have waited. You could have waited. If the love was real, you could have waited.
Well, yeah. So the girl's name's not actually Karen, you guys. I think it's Miranda. Yeah. But yeah, so that happened. On Juneteenth, which was last Friday, Snapchat had an interesting filter choice where basically people would smile and then it would break you free from the shackles.
Was this American only filter?
It must have been, yeah. That's a little, considering that Snapchat is a fairly modern app, like it's fairly up to date. This is pretty crazy to me.
It's not their first time for doing something crazy though.
That's true. They did an Asian one too. Yeah. So that happened.
Well, since you bring up Asia, apparently it's a dog festival in China this week where they eat dog meat and stuff. Allegedly.
Oh my.
That shit crazy.
I hope that's not true, man. Like,
I saw it on the weight room, or I saw it on one of them joints.
I just want to go to the gym.
Yeah. Keep talking. I'll make sure.
No, you're on the next one.
I am. What am I doing? What
Trump.
am I doing? Oh yeah, you didn't see that video of Trump saying "Kung flu"? That shit was funny to me.
He's so stupid though. Like,
that shit was funny to me.
I'm just not even surprised. Okay, a Harlem guy smacked a girl in the face with a skateboard for rejecting him.
You saw that video, right?
Yeah, fucked up. Really fucked up. Honestly, I would get back up and start fighting him. Mm-hmm. But that's just me.
Yeah.
Like I don't play that stuff.
Yeah, I hope. Ah, man.
They're
trying to get him out of here though. They said they found him, but he's hiding low key, so they're trying to get him arrested.
Yeah, he's a fucking idiot. Like obviously you're not gonna get no fucking play. The baby's hosting a discussion with city leaders titled "Black Lives Been Mattered." I think this is cool.
Yeah, this happened already, but like
sorry.
The fact that some people have some type of, I guess, problem with the fact that he called it "Black Lives Been Matter," put his little twist on it. I mean, I think it's good. I think he's doing what a lot of other people are not, which he's actually having panel discussions as an artist, especially. So I think it's good. I respect it.
Last week after we dropped the podcast, Aunt Jemima got canceled, and the brand decided it's gonna completely rename due to the stereotype of the mammy. Some people just found out.
Yeah, to be honest, a lot of people find out a lot of things are racist, and I'm like, why did it take you guys so long?
Yeah, I don't know how people are just figuring that stuff out. It's very obvious. However, something interesting is that relatives of the Aunt Jemima actresses, people who played Aunt Jemima back in the day, kind of have issues with the rebrand and are concerned that their legacy will be erased, and they don't want a rebrand. They want them to reconsider because Black women, like their great grandparents or whatever, were given these jobs to portray Aunt Jemima on these like promo trips for the whole Aunt Jemima brand, and now they're like, well, their whole legacy is going to be erased.
Yeah.
So that's kind of interesting.
Yeah. See, you know what they say about ethics? What's that thing about the ethics? Are you going to stop the young woman out in the Philippines that's making, close for 15 cents a day and still able to feed your family? Or how do I look at, how's that sign, the ethic thing go? It's like, yeah, you could stop production over there in terms of, because you call it slave labor, and bring the productions over here, and then help what's going on over here. How you look at it is like that woman now no longer has an income to feed her family, and now she's poor just because you think that is slave labor. It might be slave labor, but she's able to fulfill her family, right?
I hear what you're saying.
It's one of that type of thing. It's like, yeah, the racist or the justice warriors got onto it, but like these people didn't look at it as much of a racist.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it was helping them more than it was. I get what you're saying. Yeah. And we can end off on your last thing that I know you want to congratulate your little rainbow-haired friend on.
Oh, you're not going to talk about the fact that Uncle Master P has his own rice brand? You're not going to respect that?
We literally don't have time.
Oh, yeah, we don't. Yeah, we don't. But also, when I said congratulations to Nicki Minaj and 6ix9ine! You know why?
Because you probably just woke up your whole family.
They fucking did it! They got the number one on the Hot 100 Billboard charts because everyone fucking hated on them. And I like 6ix9ine. I don't go out my way to hate anybody. I don't go out my way to do all the extra shit. But when I said you got the number one, I was like, yeah.
Or maybe he threatened Billboard.
He didn't threaten them. Stop.
Possibility.
Stop it. He did it with no radio play, and no Spotify, no Apple Music, no none of that.
So how did he get it?
Because he has a motherfucking fan base. That's what he has, a real fan base. And yes, that's what he did. And people actually bought.
Oh, because they bought. Well. Oh yeah, that's how. Yeah, the whole buying thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So all right. Congrats.
Having people buy records are more valuable than the streams, because a lot of these artists, if there was no streaming, remember that one time? Let me just not go overboard. But remember that during that era where a lot of these artists' music would get leaked, and they would sell zilch, zero, and then a lot of these motherfuckers can't survive without playlists. Anyways, a playlist and radio play, or not just say radio play, but playlist play. A lot of these people wouldn't chart without playlists, but like Rap Caviar, people need to be on there so they can chart on the Billboard and stuff like that. These motherfuckers is halfway garbage who have no fan base. I just want to say that.
All right.
We got the Hispanic man doing what a lot of these hip hop artists can't do.
All right, whatever. Snitching. That's what he's doing.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
All right, get us out of here.
All right, man. Like we said in the beginning of the podcast, if you made it this far, thank you very much for listening. And we will not be here next week because we're taking some time out. Well,
I'm tired.
Nina's tired. So please enjoy this podcast, and also enjoy the other ones that if you haven't listened to, man, go back a year or so. We've been doing this.
Yeah, listen to us fight.
Yeah. Oh, back in those days. I can't wait to get in studio with you. I feel like this is gonna be different.
Yeah, it will be, because we'll be able to see each other face to face.
Yeah, no, most definitely. And I'll be able to wear some fits, get the fits off.
I don't know why you don't wear. I just wear my pajama pants, and then I wear like a decent top.
I'm wearing a white top with a chain on, but like it's not.
And really your bandana doesn't match your hat. But anyways, I digress.
All right. So, this has been another episode of the Educating the Rest of the Podcast with your host Apollo P. And
no better Nina.
Yeah. So see you in 2 weeks. All right, people.
Bye.